Oh man, this is starting to become one of my favorite things out of the week. Is this day right here where we get to talk about new Peacemaker stuff. So let's dive into it. My name is Daniel Strunk. Welcome to Quick Time Reactions, and this is my review of Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2, which is entitled "A Man is Only as Good as His Bird." This episode was written by James Gunn, but unlike episode 1, he did not direct this. The director for this episode was Greg Motola. I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. But here we see Argus's increased attention towards Chris, aka Peacemaker, by sending Economos an extra handler on the situation, Agent Fleury, played by the absolute amazing Tim Meadows, who's absolutely amazing in this episode. And he tries to organize a strike on Chris's house while he is away, reuniting with everyone in the 11th Street gang, or 11th Street kids, I should say. But it is through that where Chris ends up hitting his last straw and may decide to go back to that alternate dimension for good. So this episode was so much fun. We got to see, I think, literally everybody just kind of play off of each other in this, which was so good to see. Because after season 1, and we didn't get a lot of that in episode 1. We got Adebayo and Peacemaker and Harcourt, Adebayo and Economos, but we didn't really get like all of the 11th Street kids together. And just having that reunion at the end of the episode was absolutely awesome. And they showed that they still have like really good chemistry with each other, which was really really cool to see. Tim Meadows as Agent Fleury, he was absolutely hysterical in this. He calls Economos, oh gosh, it's Ginger something. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna drive myself crazy trying to think of it. It's Ginger something. I can't remember that second word. Oh my gosh. Let me know down in the comments below what that second word is. But he basically gives him that name, and Economos is like, I do mind that you call me that, because he hated Peacemaker calling him Diebeard in season 1. So it's like, we already know his displeasure at, being, given these nicknames. And I love the nicknames that he gives to the soldiers that he hires for the attack on Chris's house. They're just so good. And another thing that I should mention, when Fleury sees Eagly for the first time, he's like, well, what is that? And Conmos is like, that's Eagly. That's a bald eagle. That's Peacemaker's pet, because it represents, it's the symbol of America. And he's like, and Fleury's like, dude, I don't know what that bird is. That bird looks like any normal bird to me. And Economist is like, you can't recognize a bald eagle from a different type of bird? Well, what about like a hummingbird? And it's like, oh yeah, like little wings, and it's like tiny, and it flaps its wings really, really fast. And like, yeah, it's like, yeah, only because I read about it and I know what it is. I can't tell any other birds apart. That's my only weakness, is bird blindness. And I'm sure that never comes back in this episode ever again. So, when Chris leaves to go to the 11th Street Kids reunion, Flurry and the goons basically go in and try and find where all this extra dimensional energy is coming from inside the house. And once they are able to find it, that's when Eagly attacks. And I love the lines peppered in here and there from Flurry. Is like, "Oh, what kind of bird is that?" It's just like I can't tell what bird that is. It's like, "Oh, my bird blindness, curse you!" And Eagly was going after those guys. I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" Like poking and prodding at their neck. He even rips out a dude's eyeball. I was just like, oh my god. I was just like, my assumption was is like everybody in that failed raid was like dead. But when they cut back to him, they're like, oh, they're all fine. Just need to go to the hospital. I was like, are you serious? You all survived a bald eagle attack? I was just like, holy cow. That's insane. But to the actually no, I want to backpedal a little bit. The episode actually starts out with a flashback to 8 months ago when we see Rick Flag Sr. Get appointed the head of Argus and basically is kind of welcomed into his new position by Economos. And as soon as he gets there, what does he want to see? He wants to see the report about his son's death. And we get a little picture of Rick Flag Jr., Joel Kinnaman, of course. And of course, Senior's like reading through all of the details. And of course, it ends on the line that Junior says in the Suicide Squad Peacemaker. What a joke. And those were his last words before he died. And Flag is immediately pissed off. And he tells his aide, who I still did not get the name of for some reason. I will try and get that next time around for episode 3. But he tells his aide, like, make Peacemaker a priority, get a surveillance crew around him, and monitor him 24/7. It was like, whatever he's doing, I want to know what he's doing. He is so looking out for revenge in this season. And I assume it's going to be a matter of time before he gets it. And of course, we end the episode with a somewhat kind of heartfelt exchange between Harcourt and Chris, where it's like, they want to be together, but they are so very much the same that when one is starting to get pissed off, the other will get pissed off, and they will just both escalate, and they'll just flame out immediately. So Chris, getting drunk at the reunion, he comes home absolutely plastered, and he had grabbed his alternate dimensions self's phone. And, he's scrolling through the contacts, which I'm assuming is just like, all names of like the cast and crew that worked on the show. And he finds Harcourt's number. And he tries to send her a text, but of course it doesn't work because, you have to be in the right dimension to get cell service. So he drunkenly stumbles into the other universe and, he tries again to send the text and actually sends through. But even here, it's like their relationship wasn't in a good spot because she sent the broken heart emoji. And you can also hear like Augie and Chris's brother in the background, just talking like, where is he? Like he's never been this, he's never been away for this long. And it's like, why was there blood in the library? It's like, oh, maybe he's on some like new pills or something, and so on and so forth. So they're trying to figure out like, where is he? Where is he gone? And my assumption is like, our Chris is going to just like stay in this dimension for as long as he can, while simultaneously like going back and forth between the other dimensions. And at some point, he is going to get caught, and there are going to be massive repercussions for him. But yeah, that is my review of episode 2 of season 2 of Peacemaker. This was such a fun episode. Some really, really cool action and really, really good story progression in this episode as well. And I'm very much looking forward to episode 3 next week. But until then, guys, be safe out there. And if you're ever in the situation where you're having to butcher and cut up your own body, just try like maybe pinching yourself maybe a couple times just to see if it is a dream. And if it's not a dream, then I don't know what else to tell you, really. That's just a messed up situation. That's really all I can say. And I will see you guys next time.